be covering Abby, the Descent. This is going to be a very long and grueling, to say the least, I guess, if I want to put it in one word. Infected to the max, I'd have to say. Filled chapter. This chapter is going to be filled with infected. So be ready to take on quite a bit. It's also very lengthy, and pretty much all of it is going to be exclusive to encounters with every type of infected, from clickers all the way up to the most powerful bloater. Not a shambler, it's going to be a bloater. So out of all the chapters, I'd say this is probably the most infected, and it's probably about 3 parts long. We're going to start off with getting Lev his mask, and not a surprise, but there will be infected, so don't let it come as a surprise.
If that's the worst of it, we got off lucky.
Maybe it wasn't luck.
Maybe it was.
Some wolves believe in God. I've heard them pray.
I need help from our Scar encounter last. That was kind of a pain in the ass,
Well,
but this is going to be more of a pain in the ass.
Then what are
Or
you doing?
twice a pain in the ass.
Why did you come back for us?
Guilt.
Alright, so we are going to start off slow, because there's going to be no, like, enemies at first, but
Just lighten the load a bit.
that's going to be a big contrast to what's to follow. Like, it seems that I'd say probably the first 15 minutes of the chapter seems like there's nothing to worry about. But the good thing is there's a couple of things to grab here, like the flamethrower, and we'll certainly make use of it. Once we go past this doorway after this segment with no enemies, we're not gonna be able to come back. So I'm gonna scan the area for the items, because you're probably better off getting what you can now before we actually descend. Like I said, there's nothing really to worry about yet, as all the enemies are in the nest below, which starts off with like stalkers, but we're going to be dealing with like a lot of wall stalkers and stuff like that, as well as clickers and shamblers. So I'm going to try to prepare the best I can before we even have to deal with that. Actually, I have 0 health kits at the moment, so I would like to make some. Probably is of the utmost importance for me right now. And the game only actually has 3 bloaters because they're boss encounters. So this bloater though is going to be probably the hardest, because of the fact that it's going to have wall stalkers, clicker, and runners that are going to you're gonna be forced to fight them. Like, unlike Abby's arcade bloater, the hotel bloater is it's intense, because of the fact that there's actually, wall stalkers, which are the stalkers that come out of the wall. Like with Ellie's bloater, if you get rid of the bloater within 10 seconds, you don't even have to fight any runners. It's just a bloater, that's it. But this is almost like it's a non-optional, you're gonna have to fight a bloater along company, so like it's not even a question. Regardless if you take down the bloater in 10 seconds or not, you're going to be forced to fight other infected alongside. So because the encounter actually comes prerequisite with 1 stalker in the wall, I think it's more than 1 actually, I think it's like 2 or 3. And a clicker is automatically a prerequisite, a part of the battle, so. And I don't even think there's much to find here other than the safe. So to get the number for it, it's the Wi-Fi. But I really don't want to go down yet. Because once we go down, there's no return. I'm a little scared, to be honest. It's like... And I have a headset on, so... Fucking noises freak me out. And I do know how kind of spooky or scary this chapter is. It kind of is. Pretty scary. I mean, if you were to put yourself in that situation that Abby's in right now, it's pretty fucking scary. Dealing with these very realistic types of enemies that could actually happen in real life. I mean, it's not a zombie, it's a fucking infection. It spreads. And is an actually real infection, by the way. It happens to, I think, ants. They did research on it. So it's pretty scary, you know, to think that this could actually happen. If there was ever a powerful strain of cordyceps that we couldn't fight, we would basically be turned into, well, what you see in this game. Since all the stuff that is in this game is mostly based off of the research that they did on the insects that were infected with the cordyceps infection. I guess that's what makes it so scary, is that it's something that could actually happen, given the cordyceps were powerful enough, and nature does have a way of, you know, anything can happen in nature. So given that, you know, realistic possibility at hand, it just makes it, you know, a lot more realistic. Like, you know, I never played a zombie game or survival game that I actually found myself scared until I played this game. And I think it's those dark, infected, filled levels that I get the most, you know, thrill out of. You know, when I'm fighting like scars or wolves, I don't ever really get that, you know, scared really. Not like scared like I'm gonna die, but you know, it's like a thrill of like nervous energy that I know something bad's gonna happen. Alright, so there's a chest or safe, whatever you want to call it, right here. It's really the only thing of interest. So to get the number, it is the Wi-Fi. It's pretty obvious. 121879. I mean, you could also just look up the code if you need to, but that's there to find it. I should write it down. 127. What does it say? 1218. Okay, 1289. I'm just thinking about what's below, and I'm like, alright, so 121879. 1218. I can't stop thinking about it. 121879. 121879. Alright. It's like I'm 121879. Actually, everything that's to follow is fucking scary as fuck. We have to fight the Rat King. That's in another really fucking scary area. Ground Zero. I mean, I, for one, have never been, you know, afraid from my, from a video game before, until I played this. I think I did a good job at building up that tension. 121879. Like right now, I just feel a lot of tension building up. I remember the first time playing this game. And I was, I went in blind, didn't know what to expect. And getting this mask for Lev, there was nothing until all of a sudden, these fucking stalkers come running out of the walls. Alright, so I'm gonna take a breath, because we're going to get started here. I have to start saving up so I could put in investment into this health kit. Really because I need to get faster health kits, but... Alright, so... I don't see that useful. That's really useful. Alright, so that's going to be our first objective here, is to get Lev a gas mask, since the one that we find is going to be cracked. I think we pretty much got everything there is to get here, so luckily there isn't much, or maybe unluckily, but I can't possibly see myself making it out of here alive without dying at least once, but we'll see what happens, I guess. Let's see, am I going the right way? Probably not. Alright, other way. Because once I drop, that's going to officially start the chapter. So what we're looking at is basically another nest that's going to be filled with every type of infected. So get your bearings together, because we're about to jump on in. And there'll be 2 gas masks, by the way. The one that we need is going to be further in the back. So when you're set to go, open the door.
Here's our way down.
Yep.
If we get to the street, we'll be right by the hospital.
I still think that this chapter is probably a bit more intense than the next. Even though the next chapter has the Rat King, I still think that this chapter
Just a body.
is the
Yours?
No.
more
Check out the clothes.
challenging out of the 2.
Here. Looks dark down there.
Oh, I see how this works.
Alright, let's see what
Had
this
orders
says.
to clear out this building.
Alright. So the first thing we're gonna have to fight are some stalkers after we get the mask. So it's not like you can really clear it out beforehand. It's basically, like in other words, you can't really plan out this in advance. It's gonna be a forced encounter already, when you're basically at the point of your furthest. Like, you'll be furthest inside of the room, so you're gonna have to deal with all of them. There's no choice. Whereas sometimes you can actually clear them beforehand. This is a story forced encounter, which means that you can't really
Lev,
take them
are there
out,
infected in this building?
We always take
before you
elevators
go
down to
in.
the bottom, so I don't know.
And with that kind of leaves us the most vulnerable. Alright, so here we go. Sucks. I'll have to make this. Thank God I have the ability to make some. Should I make that? I think it's... That's... okay. That's our most powerful weapon. But I don't want to make something I don't really need at the moment. I probably shouldn't have got listen mode range. Because we're gonna really need to get... I should have got crafted improved health kits, realistically. Because this is probably the best... our best line right here. Our best skill tree. Every single ability on this tree is like really good and is necessary. Up to momentum duration. I'd say this is one of her least important, actually. The reason I got listen mode range was because it helps a little bit, but now in foresight, I realize it's just a distraction, actually. The listen mode range, all you really gotta do is adjust your brightness levels, specifically contrast. If you tweak the contrast, you'll be able to see the enemies more vividly. What happened to me now is it becomes a distraction because they're too visible. Alright, so I'm gonna have to turn down the contrast and brightness. Well, you'll see how bright they show up. Because brightness only affects the actual brightening of the screen, not contrast. But I think the best way to adjust this is when I actually use the scan for enemies. Then I can adjust how bright it, comes out. So maybe I shouldn't fuck with it right now. I'll probably reset it to defaults. At least for now. And the most useful thing here, I think, is a flamethrower. Alright, so... oh, it's a good thing I didn't make that. Got 3 ammo right there. Alright, we probably won't need this. Problem with this weapon is that it's so fucking loud. It's really loud. But I think we're gonna need this, the shotgun, because the stalkers are going to attack us after we get the mask, and to deter them from attacking, we can use it. I don't know how effective it'll be at deterring them or scaring them away, but the stalkers are not stupid. They are somewhat intelligent. Like, they're like runners, but they know that they need to survive, so that they use their instincts along with their intelligence. A runner often seems to be fighting off the infection because they haven't accepted the fact that they, and therefore runners seem to be more preoccupied with warding off the effects of the cordyceps, but not as much concerned with surviving like a stalker. Stalkers are more, concerned with actually surviving rather than fighting off the infection that, but when it comes to their intelligence, they're like basically human intelligent, so they're pretty dangerous, especially if they work together. So, but the good thing is that they have, common sense, like, fear, and, like, for example, most infected won't give a shit. Like a clicker or a bloater or a shambler, they seem to not really care what kind of weapon you're using. but a stalker will be, you know, you can actually, you know, ward them off if you display a lot of power and kill them down quick. Alright. That's a lot of times what the burst mode is good for if you're using this gun. The burst mode's probably best if you're trying to deter something away. Because it basically makes this a machine gun. Just note it uses up a lot of ammo. But it's very powerful at the same time. There's no point in staying quiet for the stalker encounter. You'll want to take out all of these stalkers, regardless. And if you're going to have the, you know, if you're going to pick up the burst, then you're going to definitely want to pick up capacity, because without capacity, you won't be able to hold anything other than what's in the magazine. But if you do get capacity, you'll be able to hold, I think, 3 or 4 bullets in the chamber of the magazine. So, like, she'll load the entire gun, but you won't really be able to hold any extra bullets. Only if you invest in capacity, and I think you can hold like 6 bullets. If you're not going to invest in burst, that's fine. You really don't have to. It's not her most important skill, but it's not a bad skill either. It just makes her more flexible. See? It's not bad, but it's not the best. I would not put much into the military pistol, however, other than either fire rate or stability, because when you get it, you're just kind of like getting an improved version of the semi-auto pistol. The only difference is it's got a little bit more power. It's about 25% more strong. It delivers about 25 more points of damage than the semi-auto pistol. But it does have the sacrifice of being 25% less stable. So you'll have to pick up stability to keep it on par with Ellie's semi-auto pistol. Same thing goes with this. Her rifle, the semi-auto rifle, just like the bolt rifle. The bolt rifle is stronger than this, than the semi-auto rifle. So obviously, the semi-auto pistol is again a little bit stronger. I mean, a little bit weaker. And the same thing goes for this. Semi-auto seems to always be a tad weaker, but giving the option to go to burst allows it to be probably about the same as the bolt rifle. The bolt action rifle. Because she gets the semi-auto pistol. Ellie, that is. And she gets the semi-auto rifle. Bolt action rifle is stronger than the semi-auto rifle. Military pistol is stronger than the semi-auto pistol. So, and also the semi-auto rifle does not have as, I'd say its range is a bit compromised. Not really sure why that is, but it is only a mid-range weapon. It's doesn't have the most range. If you're looking for range, then you're going for this weapon here. This is the weapon you're looking at. This for range. It's got the best range out of all of our weapons, other than the crossbow. I'd say out of all her weapons, though, this is her most useless weapon, and this is her most powerful weapon. It's the strongest gun in the game, and it's only unrivaled by the bow and arrow, as explosive arrows are the strongest. But it is unrivaled by no other weapon other than the bow and arrow. It does have some recoil. Doesn't have the best stability, so you'll want to probably pick that up. But as far as scopes go, I'd give it to the crossbow. That's just my opinion. Since the crossbow is something that you'll want to make sure you get with accuracy, given the fact that you can reload the bullets, or should I say bolts. Whereas with other things, it doesn't really make a difference. In the situation we're going to be in about 5 seconds from now, silence is not going to be of an issue. It's going to be aggressiveness is going to be the primary so aggressiveness. That'll be our primary concern. So take a breath, just like she just did, because we're about to go into some trouble. A lot of it too, so. Alright, I gotta brace myself for this, because we're going into probably the most infected place in the entire game. So. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sit.
Spores.
Yep.
Masks on.
Okay, here we go.
Do you guys not believe in gas masks? We were on the run.
Do you not believe in gas masks? I feel like Abby right now.
Stay here.
I'm as nervous as a motherfucker.
Back up. All the way.
If you die, I'll be stuck here.
Well, let's just pray to God they don't.
Better start praying to make it.
Here we go. Alright. Okay. Okay.
Gas mask.
This is it. Let me make sure we do everything that we gotta do here. This is gonna be tough. First I have to see how many of these things are gonna show up. Because we're gonna be in the furthest portion of this room, which leaves us pretty vulnerable. And we don't really have much of an option in it, in the choice at hand. Because it's going to be filled with stalkers only after we get the gas mask. So you can't kill them beforehand, which sucks, but... it's most likely probably going to be 5. We will not get the flamethrower until we descend a bit further. Okay. I know the best way to deal with stalkers, though, is to make noise. But I don't recommend using anything like, what do you call it? Like the explosive pipe bombs. Don't use those. Hold on to those. Because they hide from the listen mode. That's the thing. When they finally pick a spot to go to, they generally are hiding, and the listen mode will not be able to pick it up. So I recommend probably the shotgun in this situation. because we're gonna have to deal with them oncoming. There's gonna be items that we can use. I guess it makes sense to loot what we can right now, and I don't really use the enemy scan. I generally just, because I feel like it affects the overall experience, and it also makes listen mode useless. I do, however, utilize the items, scan for items, because I don't feel like that's cheating really. I'm more concerned with the, gameplay, not, not looking for shit for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You might find yourself looking around for, well, at least by the end of the game, you can end up wasting like a total of 5 hours just with looking for stuff around, scavenging. This saves, a lot of precious time that otherwise would have been wasted just looking for shit that you could have scanned out. And that's when I decided to turn it on, because I realized how useful it is when it comes to saving time. Because it really does save you hours and hours of time just scavenging. Which this just really makes a big difference. Whereas the enemy scan, I feel like it just makes a lot of skills useless. Same thing with the turning off weapon sway. I really don't agree with it, because it just makes the game less realistic. If you turn off weapon sway, then what's the point of recoil? Or how are you aiming a gun without sway? I don't get that. It has to be weapon sway. A gun is never perfectly accurate. Like you're holding a gun. Obviously, if you shoot it, there's going to be some recoil. And there's also going to be some movement involved. Just like anything else. Unless you're a robot. But since the item scan doesn't affect anything actually in combat, I don't feel like it's such a big deal. That's just me though. Alright, so right now I'm just looking to see where these things are going to come from. Because it's only after we get the mask, which is, like I said, the deepest part of the area. Let's cross over, shall we? The actual hive, or nest you could say, is below. Alright, so we have to squeeze through here first. Shit is right.
Just stay up there, okay?
Alright, so stalkers like to hide from your scans. You can't really hear them unless you make. They also hide in walls, which was only featured in Ellie, but it was optional, and this time it's not optional. So maybe, yeah, stalkers like to basically do exactly as their name suggests. They stalk, and they also talk to each other. They communicate. They are probably the smartest of infected. Alright. I'm gonna try to pick up what I can. know if stalkers can see your flashlight or not. They say that they can't, but I'm not really sure, to be honest. I feel like they might be able to pick it up. You know, just infected in general that can see, that haven't lost their eyesight, like runners, shamblers. I mean, if they have eyes, you know, you would think that the light would have some effect, even though they can't see it that well. That doesn't mean I would think that they're 100% immune to it, you know? The only ones that are 100% immune to it would probably be the ones that are blind, such as a bloater or a clicker, which are the only two that are actually blind. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a look around and see if I could find. I'm gonna try to find out any notable, you know, formations on the walls and whatnot to see, or at least try to get an idea as to where these stalkers will spawn from. And your best defense is going to probably be a shotgun, because you're going to be placed in a vulnerable position at the furthest point of entry, which also means that you're going to have the most amount of stalkers to deal with as you continue going forward. You kind of want to pick them off right away as soon as you start heading back to the entrance. So to do so. Oh shit, they're in. Never mind, they're in there. That sucks. But there's also a wall stalker. So it's gonna be a dual situation here. We have to deal with. I'm gonna take this Xanax. I'm gonna take a Xanax. Half a Xanax at least. Because we're gonna be getting into some serious shit. So at least we know where they're coming from. But we don't know, however, how many are gonna come out. That's the thing. At least we know the point at which they're coming. At where they're coming, I'm sorry. At which, or at where, whatever. So they're gonna be coming from that locked room. But it's gonna be triggered by a wall stalker, which is what I call them. And the room is, like I said, at its furthest. The last room, by the soda machine. And it's going to be coming out of a wall as soon as you try to get the mask. Not this mask, though. It's the other mask. That mask is useless. It's broken. What? This door. See?
That's not good.
See that? They're inside there. And there's 2 entry points, which means multiple locations for them to come from. But it also gives us a better idea as to which ways they're coming. You know, to keep your eyes open. So they're going to be coming from this point here and the other point. So point A and point B. Points of danger. Thus, they may be able to get into this room here, and they could possibly flank you from that doorway there. So you might want to keep your guard up. And since stalkers aren't, you know, stupid, they're more or less likely to come from this point. Specifically if you didn't check that door. Only because they use their minds. So if you hadn't checked that door, they may be more likely to come from this door. You know what I mean? Because they use that intellect. Well, to a degree at least. Yeah, you could try to check this mask, but I don't think anything's gonna happen.
Finally. If you're gonna kill yourself, don't ruin the mask. Dick.
Alright. That's a good, really, really good way. I'd much rather have a bottle at this point than this. Bottles are better at making noise. I'm gonna get rid of this for the bottle. I wish there was a way to switch. Because there is a difference. Bottles are more noisy, and bricks are better to use for combos. They do more damage. But bottles are better off used when you need to make noise or distraction. But you can't use them as a weapon, really, because they're not really that useful. They'll break immediately. A brick you can use for like 3 hits before it breaks. 2 to 3 hits, which means you can actually combo with a brick. But we're gonna need to make noise, so it's probably a good idea to have burst mode on. Please, thank you. Awesome. Move faster while aiming is useful, but I really have to pick this up. Because I really need to get this. Increase the speed of using a health kit. So I'm gonna, I guess, be forced to wait. Because this is cheap, and it's really useful. I wouldn't get that. I would get this, but as I said, I personally need to craft more effective health kits. This is useful too, but as is this. But in my situation right now, I think I'm gonna have to go with this, so I can get this. I really wish these were in 2 different. I wish one was 40 and the other one was 50. Faster health kits could have been cheaper, I think. They should have made that like 40. This sucks. Sucks for fucking me. That really sucks dick. For real. Man. Okay. Nothing's gonna happen right now. We don't have much of a choice. But we know that's what they look like. Everything's in there. And we can't do anything about it yet. But that's it. You can shoot it, but I don't think it's gonna do anything. I'd like to find out though. Nothing. So, yeah. That sucks. That fucking sucks. Oh god. Here we go. Alright. So. Alright, let's just do this then, I guess. I think it starts with this, though, attacking us. This is useful because it makes a lot of noise. Especially if you have the burst option. Here we go. So we're gonna get started now. Once we touch this mask, the stalker will come out of the wall and attack us. Here we go.
Yes.
Get ready.
Looks good.
Not for long.
Back to the lab.
Alright. Huh? What the fuck? I'd kill this right now. Didn't do anything. I don't get it. Did they change this? I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense. Fuck me. think it is. Scary. Did we use up our weapon? The noise is a perfect way to draw them out. You saw how I did that. I mainly used the burst just to get them out of hiding. I think there's another one who's still alive. That one in there is still alive, so. I think. I remember it came to life once, but it's not coming alive anymore. I'm just worried that it's gonna come to life. And I'm well aware of it. But they did make changes in the game, so I don't really know what those changes are. But things definitely have been changed. Or tweaked, I should say. Alright, I'm gonna go in the room that they were hiding in. How many were there? 5, right? Usually come in groups of 5. Yep, 5. They always seem to come in groups, packs. Which are groups of 5. We can get some useful items here and stuff like supplements. I think I finally have the amount of supplements I need to craft improved health kits. Now I can get the aim this and a faster aim. Faster health kits is what I really want. That's fucking really useful as spy. If not, one of the most useful abilities. Right next to the increasing your pipe bombs. But this ability is not that good. It's not terrible, but for its price, though, aim stability increase is actually pretty good. Decsent. Gives you double stability and accuracy while moving. And it's only 20. That's also pretty good. I gotta make these. I have to have some health kits on hand. Even though pipe bombs are really useful. So are health kits. And I have 0 health kits, so. So that's one ability I would definitely invest in. Is the ability to make more deadly pipe bombs. If they're more deadly, then you won't need as many of them. Improved pipe bombs. Unfortunately, they're really good, so you won't be able to craft more. It's a separate ability. But they're probably one of the best craftables in the game. Because they stun, therefore meaning that you could probably strike, or just in general you do more damage with any type of hits with something stunned. Critical. So you can stun things and do critical damage, and explosive damage at that, which is burst damage. They're just really good. It's like taking a trap mine and a smoke bomb and combining them. And that's exactly what it is, actually. Yo, what is that? I keep seeing it. What the fuck? Luckily, Ellie can hold her own in a fight, though. That's the good thing. I think there's one more living enemy, by the way. There's one more enemy in this area that's gonna attack us. I'm pretty sure of that. I can't be 100%, but I'm pretty sure. That's why that's ringing, I think. On top of that, I also didn't hear all the enemies die. But I can't be 100%. Alright, good.
Now you're present.
That was only the first part.
We're taking too long.
Can't move any faster. We won't do your sister any good if we're both dead. There. We got this.
Okay. The actual descent. Now.
Did you see a way down?
No.
Alright. Over there, look. Okay. What is that? What if we decide to go up? Huh, okay. Well, let's go. I'll just have to, I think, go back through that room, so let's do it. We have to go down here.
Abby, what about that?
We have to go down. What about it?
Is that a firehouse? Liv, come get this down.
Coming.
This is gonna be very similar to like the first Last of Us, actually. That's the way Abby's gameplay seems to be anyway, because you have Ellie, aka Lev, helping you out, and you have Abby, aka Joel, who's a sort of tank that uses her fists, carries ladders, you know, commands somebody smaller who uses a bow and arrow, you know? So even though Abby's encounters are more often and generally more severe or difficult, she gets the added benefit of having an ally to help her. More often than not. Not always, but a lot of the times. Alright, we gotta run. Wait, do we? Maybe not.
I'm gonna head down. Be careful.
I guess not. Usually you have to jump onto them, but not this time. Alright, let's descend. Here we go. This is the hive, aka nest. And it's the second nest that we'll encounter until the Rat King. I gotta drop down now. This is the nest. Everything is fair game now, so just know that. At this point now, we're on our own. And all enemies can be anywhere, at any place, at any time, until we get to the bloater at the very end. Keep your eyes open for walls, you know, infected in the walls. Like this.
Now what? Follow me.
Wait,
May the current be calm.
that could be alive. I don't know, but I don't want to find out. You don't really know which ones are going to be alive, so I would recommend shooting the walls if you ever see something like that. And keep your eyes open, there's a flamethrower somewhere around. And don't be surprised if the walls do come to life, because stalkers generally come out of the walls. But more often than not, they'll have pants, just to indicate. But not always, so. Like this one doesn't have pants. Sometimes they don't have pants. Avery. The Black Ray Hotel contains a large group of infected, likely the ones that spilled out of the hospital. Used supplied explosives and remote detonators. Alright. Alright. So now we just gotta keep our eyes open now for that flamethrower. Can we even go that way though? Nope. But we can go this way. Yeah, I know. This is scary, bro. Fucking nasty motherfuckers. Shit. Alright. We're getting into the serious shit now. We're in the shit. Like I said, we are in the fucking shit. That looks fresh. Not gonna lie. But I don't know. Killed it. You see? Sometimes they're fucking alive and you don't even know.
Shit. That thing was growing into the wall.
Yep. And there was no indication.
I hate demons.
Demons. We're safe. So like I said, if you ever see something in the, you know, growing in the walls, you're better off shooting it than not, for your own safety, because you don't really know. But more importantly, try to look for like anything odd in the wall, like pants or clothing, or fresh body, something that looks like it's a fresh, you know, because like you could have clearly seen that it was like a fresh piece of meat. It's like pink. So if the wall looks alive, shoot first, ask questions later. That's just my advice. Should we make a silencer? We only have one blade. I don't know how important the silencer is going to be in this place. I mean, it's better to have it than not to have it. But I don't think I'm going to keep it equipped. And again, I generally only use that weapon if I need to. The shotgun should be downstairs. I think. But I want to get everything that we can here before we descend. What was that? Okay. Awesome. I needed that. Because alcohol is important for Abby. If you want to make the pipe bombs. Now, I think I think anyway, it's below. I'm pretty sure. Yep. So I'll have to go down there. That door won't work. I think we have to jump down. Pretty fucking sure. Don't we? But maybe not here. It's gotta be like over here. It's gotta be. No, it's over here. Alright. Once we jump down, we're gonna have to deal with more enemies. This place always scares the fucking shit out of me, though. Alright, let's go.
How many more floors down do you think we have to go? I don't know. It's a big building.
Okay. There's a clicker down there. Okay, I want to be quiet when taking this clicker out. I'm gonna wait for it, and then I'm gonna take it out. God damn it. Where the fuck did that motherfucker come from? I don't know. Hold on one second. I'll bring it down. Sorry about that. I had to bring my cat downstairs. I can't have him hopping hopping all over the fucking place. Now, where was I? Right, I'm looking for something, but where the fuck is it? Oh god, okay, where the fuck did that fucking stalker come from? I don't remember, man. I would always recommend saving a file for the Descent, because you may end up missing out on the, one of the, I don't want to say it's the best weapon, but it's one of the best weapons for infected. Where did the clicker go? I don't remember killing the clicker. Did Lev kill it? Maybe Lev killed it. Did he? Yes, Lev killed it with the bow. That's good. Now where is this fucking, this item I'm looking for? Let's go down. Across, I mean. But what's that? I was just over there. You gotta be shitting me. Can we jump? I might try it. Oh, nice, we can. Well, that's good to know. I have no idea where that stalker came from. It's like, let me look around and see if I can find the spot it came from. It came from somewhere. But where? I don't see anything. There's no signs of the stalker. You generally see, like,
Oh my god.
this place is fucking so fucking scary. I don't see any indication as to where this fucking thing came from. It just came from somewhere. It doesn't make sense. What sucks is that you can miss the fucking flamethrower. It's considered something you could just miss it altogether. Fuck! Fucking shit! See what I'm saying? This fucking place is so fucking scary.
We're stuck with all these demons?
She's being sarcastic.
Joke,
Jesus. Fucking Christ. Unbelievable. Oh god. Unbelievable. Scared the fucking shit out of me. These are always useful to have. I would gladly make more of those. Lev is useful, but he's not gonna be there all the time. He was lucky to have gotten that shot. Well, I was lucky, I should say. But that's not always the case. Most times it's not the case. But he got a good shot, so. Oh man. I really don't like this place. Oh. You just want to take your time as you descend though, because you may end up missing out on something important. I think it's in the room right over here. Like, I don't want to waste bullets, but at the same time, if it could help me move forward, I don't want to die. See? You just don't know. And they don't always have pants on.
Thank you, Petra.
That probably would have attacked us as we went to pick up the flamethrower if we hadn't done that. So like I said, even if it comes at the cost of a bullet, it's better off one bullet than being attacked and wasting more than one bullet, possibly. Yes, we got the flamethrower, and it doesn't use bullets, and it's very effective against the infection itself, since cordyceps are weak to fire. Very useful. And I think we got some good stuff over here. Yes, we do. So I have to pick this up. Aim stability increase. And then also this one too. And to get this, I really need to get this, the faster health kits. Move faster while holding a health stage is relatively good, but this is even more useful, I'd say. That's probably the best. It's one of the best things that you can get. place, I tell ya. I hate it. But at least we have a flamethrower now, which is really fucking useful. It's a long gun, considered. And then you just shoot it. It comes in fuel. It doesn't come in bullets. I don't want to waste it though, so. You can have 100 fuel at any given time, and uses like a point. Be honest, I'm not really sure how much it'll use for how long, but just know that you can't upgrade it. And it's a lot more useful than the submachine gun. Okay. Next. I don't know, should I use this? I'd rather have a ranged weapon as well though. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Very good. I can't see anything, bro. It's harder to fucking see. But that's obviously not the way down. Which way is the way down? I don't see anything. Shit. I hear like a clicker. Am I just hearing things right now, or? Nope, I hear a clicker. There's a clicker. Two clickers, actually. Fucking scary fucking place, man. It's a bloater also. I mean, shambler. What happened? Hold on, let me see that. What just happened? I'll restart this entire encounter actually. Here we go. How could that possibly be 26 minutes ago though? Wait, is the descent, is the entire descent considered one encounter? I just don't understand the situation. I pressed triangle and it didn't do what it was supposed to do. Didn't make any sense. Like, is that alive? I don't know. Might be, might not be. There doesn't seem to be any indication. Jesus. I'm gonna shoot it. I'd rather shoot, see if it's alive or not. Fuck. Alright, so that one's not alive. Something happened before, I don't know. I tried to grab it, and for some reason, it activated my crossbow. Maybe I accidentally pressed it, and it activated the aim mode on accident. It must have been me. I was probably accidentally. Alright, this one's alive. See this? That's alive. Lev, watch out, my man. Lev, please watch out. You're in the way. They look fresh. Where's its head, though? I don't see a fucking head. Is that the head? No, I'm serious. There's no fucking head. That's weird. Why is there no head? Okay. I wanted to make sure I got the head.
That thing was growing into the wall. I hate demons. Tell me about it.
Unfortunately, I can't re-loot. That sucks. I don't know why. It was a perfect headshot. That sucks. Where are you, stalker? I know there's a stalker like right around there. This place has so many fucking spores, I can't see dick. It's so fucking annoying. That sucks. Where are these stalkers coming from? That's what I want to know. Where are the fucking stalkers coming from? Like, where the fuck did this thing come from? There's apparently two of them, too. Where did they come from,
How many
though?
more floors down do you think we have to go? I don't know. It's a big building. Yeah.
Do you think that's real? Bitch. So that stalker came from above? Jesus. That sucks. That's not gonna help me. I can't believe they're coming from above, man. Could it get any worse? That sucks. What did they fucking do?
Oh man.
I should be able to reloot
I am
that,
so
though.
glad we took this shortcut. Even though we're stuck with all these demons? That's the joke, Liv. Oh.
Nice. There's not gonna be any benches in here, though, I don't think. What is that? Something directly underneath me? Yep, must be. Alright, good. And here's a flamethrower.
Thank you.
Without worrying of attack. Because that thing was going to attack us. If we hadn't been more careful. Well, if we weren't careful about it, we would have gotten attacked. So. That doesn't make sense. Where's the alcohol? Last time I got alcohol. It's hard to really see where to go next. But I have to assume it would be this way. Alright. Strange thing is that the flamethrower is indeed missable, so you can miss it. It's a missable weapon. Submachine gun isn't missable, I don't think. Or it's like really hard to miss it. Same thing with the bow. You could miss it if you decided not to loot it. But you'd have to be a fucking idiot to not loot that. The crossbow, I guess, is also a missable item, isn't it? Won't you loot it from a fucking boat? Two clickers down here. Stalkers, I have no idea. This is such a fucking nasty place, man. What was that? See, I never really use a scope unless I'm just trying to scope something out. I don't really use it though, because I find it unreliable. So I really only ever use the scope if I need to just look at something, see from distance. I wouldn't use a scope for headshots. It does a lot more use being used just to really scope rather than actually shoot. You can find much more effective ways to... Well, I guess if you're going for a headshot, don't use the scope for a headshot. Doesn't seem to be very reliable. What was that?
Hear anything else?
I did.
No. You?
I fucking did. I don't know what I heard.
Good. Let's keep going.
But maybe it was just the clicker dying. I honestly don't know. Fuel. That should have been ahead. Oh well. I tried to make sure that I got that bolt back, but I didn't get the bolt back. It's not a guarantee, but it's more often that you'll get the bolt back than an arrow, since bolts are more sturdy. It's why I use a scope, to make sure I don't miss the headshot. Like, I'll often use a scope, then take it off. We need a silencer. We need fucking alcohol though. See what I mean though? The military pistol doesn't do really that great damage. It's kind of like, ugh. Its damage is very mediocre. It took me 3 headshots to kill that fucking clicker. It's a lot of headshots. If you consider it a fucking headshot. Which do critical damage on hit. Shit, what's above me? I'll just take it as a loss. There's gonna be a shambler down here too. There's more items that way. Alright, let's get this. So that I can get that. It has a really good use. That's the thing. These faster health kits are really fucking useful. But it's a really expensive ability. Though not as expensive as 60, it's still pretty high. Not sure if that's alive. Guess we'll find out. What is that? This place, man. I ran out of bolts. Alright, let's go. Next floor. That's not the way either. Or is it? I think it is. Need to jump. Alright. Shit. I think, anyway. Yeah. Whoa, boy. Oh, boy. Alright, the shambler is over there. I'd like to take it out quietly, but... that's easier said than done. Because what if a stalker comes running out at me? I have to make sure that we've killed everything first. If we have, then we're safe. I think we're good. With my luck though, watch. I haven't got alcohol. Wish I did get alcohol though. Alright. I recommend the hunting pistol against this, or incendiary shells. Can make quite a bit of noise this way though. Big dope. If I can get the headshot, we should be okay. They have sight. Oh, come on. I forgot about that shit. I thought it was still far enough. I thought it was still far enough for me to defend it, but I guess not. That sucks. I got rid of him, but he wasn't far enough for me to avoid. But I heard stalkers. Where can I find some alcohol, son? I had alcohol before. That sucks. Yeah, fuck it. Would have really helped. I can't fucking believe I can't see dick, man. There's too much spores. It's just too many spores. So I can't really see anything. There's a real lot of spores here. Alright, let's just go across.
I hate this.
You said it. It's fucking horrible. At the very bottom, that's where the bloater is. I'm gonna make this makeshift, because that's a really useful weapon. It's probably one of the best weapons, actually. It's better than it's even better than the machete. What do you call it? What the fuck do they call them? A lead pipe. Lead pipes with shivs on the end of them make for basically instant kills. Machete takes 2 kills, 2 strikes. Even with a strike, I'm pretty sure you still need to hit it twice. Not 100%, but this thing almost always kills something right away. Almost exclusively. It's the only thing I know that could do such a thing. Alright. Sunday today. It's a Sunday afternoon, a Sunday morning actually. The problem is, that's what makes stalkers so difficult, is that they can't be seen in any way unless you scan them using the enhanced enemy scan, but if you don't, then there's really no way to, you know, to see them. Get closer to the bottom. I really wish I had found the alcohol I needed, but I can't find it anywhere. This sucks. We're so close to the fucking monstrosity that awaits below. That's alive, by the way. They have pants, so you'll be able to tell. Not all of them, but some of them will.
I hate this building. Keep going down. We're almost at the street.
Yeah, well, not really, because of what's blocking the way. And what's blocking the way is not fucking fun. What the fuck is that? Keeps flashing up. Alright, we gotta get across. They're easy to spot when they have pants on though, but sucks because not all of them have pants. We have to make it across there. I wanna run. Please be alcohol. Thank you. That really helps. Have it. I want to get the ones I don't have. What's this? The next floor is gonna be a lot of trouble. What's that? Better yet, how do I get to it? Wait, what? What was that? Just disappeared. This sucks. I foresee myself dying. There it is again. What the fuck is that? There's a couple items over there, actually. I'd like to get whatever I can now before I go down there. I don't see anything. As far as enemies go. Hostile. Don't see any hostiles. All below me. Mad shit below me. But we are getting dangerously close to the final level. Which also means dangerously close to the fucking hardest area. Shit. Scary. I don't see anything. Well, I see lootables, though. I want to get a better idea of what we're looking at here. Use a scope. Using a scope will help. There's a binding down there. I don't like it if Abby doesn't have a melee weapon. It's kind of dangerous. Because when she's at her most vulnerable. But you can't stun bloaters, by the way. Just letting you know. They're like one of the few enemies you can't stun. That and the Rat King. I gotta take a piss. So bad. That's not the final level though. We're getting close though. There's gonna be a shitload of supplements you can probably pick up. 36 supplements right now. I have to save up for this, to be honest. I don't really desperately need anything right now. But I am gonna take a piss before I go further down. Because I have got to take a piss. Pretty fucking bad. And I don't want to take a piss while fighting a boss encounter. Okay. Oh, why'd you do that? I take a piss so bad. Is it alive? Oh. Could be alive. That's the problem, is you don't know if they're fucking alive or not. They might be alive, they might not be alive. It's hard to fucking tell.
Is it true that Isaac took down the old guard? Gotcha. Yeah. I hear he tortures people.
He does.
Let's not talk about this now. Okay.
Tortures a lot of people.
Have you ever tortured people? Let's focus on getting out of here.
Do you think that's alive? Yes or no? I didn't think it was, but I had to be sure. Okay. I'm just gonna take a piss. I'll be back in 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. Alright. Okay, a bloater boss encounter awaits us at the final level. But you could still escape from the encounter. Just note. I think this is one of the few boss encounters you can actually run from. Not many that you can actually just, you know, most boss encounters are, you know, forced encounters, but it's a boss encounter that you can actually flee. It's almost 100% the next level below. What's that noise? I don't see anything.
Okay, progress.
And up
Might
a
be
full
doing all
wall.
right. Yeah. Are you? If I'm being honest, not my best day.
Jesus. We just gotta jump. I'd still try to loot whatever's possible. Why can't I loot that? Doesn't make any sense. I should be able to loot it. It's not letting me loot it. Is she trying to loot it and then it's not letting me? Yeah, look at that. See, she goes to try to grab it, but it won't work. See? That doesn't make sense. Wonder why it's not letting me grab that. Could have fucking used it. It wouldn't have hurt. Alright, let's keep going. What is that? These things have a lot of HP though. Ain't gonna lie. Now's the time. Let's have burst on. It's also a good time for this too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the encounter. With my luck, I'll be dead. Just have a bad feeling. I'm gonna die. I just have a bad feeling, man. Shit. They're talking about a bloater and clicker and a few wall stalkers. The worst kind of stalker. They're almost completely unavoidable, especially when you're involved in combat with other enemies, unless you take them out ahead of time. Alright. But I usually don't chicken out of a fight. is it. Alright, okay, let's see, what should I do? I don't see the point in a silencer. Personally. I can see the point in using fire bullets though. Fire shells. Alright. So, when you're ready, you can hop down. 3, 2, 1. Shit. I don't think we can get through this way. Can we? Nope. Oh boy.
There are too many demons. Just keep looking for a way out of here.
Shit. Oh god. I don't like this. Oh god. Just so many of them. And stalkers too, by the way.
Come on, quick!
Okay. We got rid of the big threat though. The big bear boy. That's what I was really concerned about. I just wanted to get rid of him. Takes too slow. No, we're gonna finish this.
We did it.
Yeah, we
killed
did.
that big demon. Yeah,
Let me get rid of him.
Come on.
Good shit. That was my primary concern, actually. It was the first thing I was going for. I was like, I'm gonna get rid of that motherfucker no matter what. It's the first thing I'm gonna take down. Because as so long as you take that piece of shit down, the rest shouldn't be too bad. And it wasn't, so. Now let's loot what we can. Perfecto. We should be good. There's just a lot of stuff to grab, so I would focus on trying to grab everything. Because this encounter is nothing compared to the next. Overall, I think this place is a pain in the ass, but once you get through it, it shouldn't be too bad. That looks fresh. Alright. See how annoying those fucking things are? Mad annoying. And I still don't know if there's any more left. To be honest with you. You could just chicken out and just go through the door, but I'm not one for doing so. I generally like to get what I can and kill as much as I possibly can. Kill them all, collect them all. I think we're in the clear. I don't know for sure, but I think we're good. I wonder... It certainly appears so. Nope. There's another one. See him fucking...
Oh, were you? Your nose sounds like a maybe.
I'm clean. Promise.
a lot. But you did good.
I think we're in good shape now. It must indicate that we've gotten to the end. Nice. Like I said, her best weapon is probably these pipe bombs. But you have to invest. Honestly, I'm gonna probably go with this and then get craft more pipe bombs for my next ability. Because it's probably the best ability to possibly get, if I'm being honest, to craft more pipe bombs. Because it lures infected out and it does massive damage on all of them around. Very, very useful. Like, super useful. And I want to grab as much as possible because we have a Rat King to fight next, so. Which is the third it's the third nest in the game. You fight the first nest with Ellie though. Are we in the clear? Yep. But this is a big room. But look at all the damage I was able to do with all those. The range is amazing. See how big this place is? This one room alone is huge. And I still hear infected. Where the fuck are they coming from? Though I don't see any reason to stay though. That's an annoying noise. I think we're good. Because of the range that I have for the explosion itself, it was able to hit all the way from here, and as I moved closer, all the way over there. So I think the range is about all this. Really useful. I wish I had gotten it beforehand. The sooner you can get that, the better. Guess I don't think there's anything else. So I think all the encounters mean, I don't know if we're gonna get enough pills in the next place to get that ability. In total, we'd have to get 80. Well, not really. We need to get... If I really want to pick it up. So... 30... 34? No? 34. Yeah, we need to get 34 supplements in order to get improved silencers and craft more pipe bombs. I should probably make that. Alright, let's get out of here. You're in good shape. We can get the fuck on out of here now. Do note that you don't have to fight this encounter. You could just fucking leave if you feel like it. So long as you can make it to the exit in time. And you also have to open the door, so... You know, it's just easier.
Let's go.
It's easier if you just fucking kill them. You know? I wouldn't advise it. Because there's so many enemies in that area that by the time you even get the door open, you'll probably be dead. Considering that there's about 3 clickers in there. And they have the best... Probably... They're the most sensitive to sound. Not counting bloaters, of course. But yeah, you'd be fucking dead. I don't see how you'd get out. If there's only a couple of stalkers left, you don't have to take them out, but they may catch up to you and then start a grapple. Alright. Well, we got out of there. Thank God. What the fuck was that, son? Where's the way forward, though? Oh. You're still in here? We were fucking out of this place. I don't know if there's any enemies around, though. Stalkers, that means. I doubt it, though.
What is that? A quarter. Quarter of what?
A quarter, like a quarter of money. It's a quarter. He thought I was referring to a quarter, like a quarter of shit, like a quarter of sugar or a quarter of explosives, a quarter of cloth. Should I craft the silencer? Wait. That's completely full now. I'm just trying to find as much as I possibly can because I could use it like really bad. Though to be honest, I'm not seeing much. Hold on, there's a door there. That it? Yeah, I guess that's the only stuff you can collect. But at least I didn't have to use anything other than the pipe bombs. The most useful weapons against the Rat King are probably well, these definitely. And after that, probably the shotgun and the flamethrower. And if you have toggle for burst, that would also be helpful. Hunting pistol is great, but you have to have a lot of range to use it. Like, make sure you have distance. If you don't have distance, then the reload time will take a while. But it does do a lot of damage. So if you do have the distance, by all means. No, we're finally out of that monster pit. Well, almost. Or technically, we are, but literally, we have to get down there in order to officially be out of the whole entire hotel, but we're almost out. And we have now made it to the bottom. And that has been the descent. Can't believe this fucking place continues going on. So like, in the next area, we have to then focus on going down even further. If you didn't think this was low enough. But now we're actually going to go down to ground zero, which is really far down. Wow. Imagine how many infected are probably down there. There's probably tons of infected down there. What is this? Is that a hole? What is... Oh. Is it water? It looks like a hole in the ground. Jesus. This place is fucking huge, man. I'm glad that we got out of there, though. Once we get out of here, though, there'll be some items that we could probably loot. Yep.
The hospital. It's right there.
I'll cover the hospital in a different video.
We did it. We sure did.
But,
See that elevator right there?
where? Where?
Let's get out of here.
What elevator?
Let's not tell the others about what happened. I don't want Yara to worry.
You're a good brother. Can I ask you a question?
Okay?
Do you regret shaving your head?
I'm not supposed to have regrets.
You mean regrets?
I wish I had just ran away. And Yara wouldn't be caught in all of this. She'd be back home, taking care of her mom.
Who treats you like shit?
Me taking care of?
No, she treats him like
She's
shit.
our mom. It's our duty.
It's not that simple. She's your mom, but so what? She's not your fucking responsibility. You're her responsibility. Did you bring your mom into the world, or did your mother bring you into the world? Who's ever responsible means it's the person who did it. The reason for why something is the way it is means you're accountable and you are responsible. You know, you're not just like fucking accountable over something for nothing. There's like there's reasons for why you do what we do. It's not like, oh, it's my duty. Well, yeah, well, why is it your duty? Just because? Because that's fucking retarded. Nobody is responsible for something because. Generally, well, we're responsible for something because, and then you continue on with the sentence. Because of. You know, it's not like, well, I do this because I am told to do this. Unless you're a fucking idiot who doesn't think for himself. Then, yeah, I guess. But only fucking morons who can't think for themselves do things without reason. And if your reason is because of your religion, well then you're a cultist. Because I don't believe in religion. I'm not an atheist though either. I'm spiritual, although I don't tie it into God in any way. Because my spirituality ends with the fact that I believe I have a soul. Not that, and I just believe that anything that's considered linked or attached to God is somehow in some form or something that we just cannot fathom to understand. We have no idea. My spirituality ends with myself and it doesn't go any further. So therefore it's like more inner spirituality. But anything beyond me, I can't really say. I think personally anything that's considered God is, again, like I said, beyond our understanding. Wouldn't be able to comprehend it. Because it's, you know, it's bigger than us. We wouldn't know. Our lives are really not that important in the overall picture. And that's where my inner spirituality comes into play. Is that I think each life is important, but that's only because they themselves are another life. But when it comes to anything beyond the living and life itself, we aren't that important. We're very, very small in the entire picture. And that's just me being honest. Like, I know realistically, I don't really count all that much. And when I'm dead, it basically will be like I've never existed, because even though I do believe it's true, a person lives on in the memories of others, there's no way to ever be remembered forever. Like, eventually there'll be another dark age, and eventually there'll be another extinction. Eventually, you know, something's gonna happen eventually that will wipe you off of this world completely, even in the form of a memory. Then again, that's all life ever really was. It was a memory. Always has been and always will be. For all that ever has existed is either in the past or it's in the future. If you can understand what I'm trying to say. Which also makes me believe that life is on a set path. Well, everything is on a set path, because everything has either happened or is going to happen. And if the past has been written, then so has the future. Because the past is the fucking future. It's just the future that hasn't happened yet. That wouldn't be the past. That would be the present. The future that hasn't happened yet is the present. The future in its past tense is obviously the past. So if everything is, you know, written in the past, then it has to have been written in the future. That's not to say that you don't have a decision. It's just that everything you've decided has already been decided. I mean, they're still your decisions, but you did make these decisions because everything already happened already. It's called infinity, or infinity is, or eternity, because it goes around in a loop. It's a cycle. Everything, if you really actually had a choice between what you're doing, you'd have to go back in time and redo what you did. A decision is just something that happens. So it's sort of like an action. Consequences are generally the result of a decision, just like an action and a reaction. Decision and consequence. Sometimes consequence can be reward, or sometimes consequence can be punishment. That really depends on what the consequence is and what decision that was made. And yeah, that's about it. I know it's hard to kind of understand all that, but like when I say things are pre-written, I don't mean that all of your decisions have been made for you. I'm saying decisions that you have made or are going to make were already done. I'm not saying you didn't decide them. So, like you know, and you're just not big enough to alternate the cycle of this place or what's going to happen. Nothing you can do or will do is going to change this. Only until we can go back in time could we even possibly even have a better idea and understanding as to what the fuck, you know, this is about. And even then, we may just find out that, you know, this is even more complex than we could ever even fucking imagine. Which is what I believe. I think that the closest we can even get to changing this infinite timeline, which it has to be infinite because of time itself and how it flows. Because if things weren't infinite, because we're finite, which means that we die, we live and we die. Being placed in something that's infinite means that we have to go through the passage of time, and thus gravity will oxidize us, slowly decaying, and kill us. But the fact that it exists means that everything is on a predetermined path that continues to eventually reset and start again. Now, how to end that? I don't know. You could end all of existence, but still, that doesn't mean that, eternity will end. That is something that even the apocalypse can't, Because again, I believe that, the apocalypse has already happened. That's actually the signifying of the ending point, where it replays again. So the apocalypse happened, which means the end of the world and everything in it, and then it just starts over again. And trust me, you don't have to trust me, but it's a pretty good bet that it's already happened. Or else we probably wouldn't be here or doing anything. The fact that we are here in this state of never-ending life and death, it just means that, that the end of everything in the world must have happened at one point or another. Or else this wouldn't be the way it is. On a deep thought, you have to really be a deep thinker to understand what I'm talking about. Most people don't have well, either they choose not to think about something that deep, or they just aren't able to. Most people just choose not to, because it freaks them out. Me, I don't think about it that often, I just know the truth, and for what it is, I take it for what it's worth. And, yes, life is no different than that of a fleeting dream. And as far as we can understand, our lives mean nothing, and they are for nothing, as far as we know. And so, I don't let it bother me, though. I give myself a reason to live. But that again goes back to the inner spiritual part. The only reason for my life is the reason I choose to live it. Without that, you're just here to exist and die. And that's something that I'm not gonna choose to live for, because if I choose to live for that, then why the fuck am I here? My reason for living is to experience as much pleasant and good and basically positive experiences that I can get out of life as possible before I die. For it is the only reason why we would ever want to come here, is to enjoy, you know, the fruit life has to bear, I guess. For if not for that, you pretty much just suffer. I'm certainly not here to experience the suffering. I mean, I am, but only enough to obtain the salvation, of course. Salvation, then that would therefore be the death. But that wouldn't be a reason to live. But also understand that bad is equal to good, in that you'll need bad things to happen to you in order to appreciate. For example, go 10 days without eating food, but you'll see how much you can actually appreciate that food that you're eating, right? So, you have to experience the bad in order to experience the good. One doesn't come without the other, and if the other comes too often without experiencing the other, then it will become pointless and nullified. It will no longer be good. It'll just be what it is. You know, just like, for example, you know, you're constantly masturbating and eventually you just can't orgasm anymore. It's just happened too often. There becomes a point where you reach excess and it just doesn't become good anymore. It's just like, a good example would be opiates or any kind of drug. After a while, you become tolerant to it, and there's no effect. It's got no effect. It's just pointless. You feel the same as you did. Or smoke weed every day. After a while, you're gonna realize that it's like, the only time this is good is like almost never. But now it's become bad if I don't have it. And that's what happens when you have good stuff happen to you in excess. Because you're breaking a balance that needs to be balanced. So I guess, like I said, the reason I live is to experience what life has to offer. Of course, I want to experience almost everything it has to offer, but I'd like to experience, or my ultimate goal is to experience as much of the pleasant, you know, experiences that I could possibly experience. But overall, I'd like to have you know, relatively balanced experience of life, and explore all of the feelings and different types of situations that this place has to offer, because it's certainly only like a once-in-a-lifetime thing, you know, opportunity, as we only live once until you disintegrate, and your soul, which is, you know, the essence of your brain and your vessel that make you who you are. You know, whatever makes you you, which is generally the brain combined with the vessel, which is the physical aspect of you, is basically your soul. But primarily it's who you are, which is the brain. And the electricity, I guess, that runs through you is basically, that's what the spirit is. Alright, so this is the point, you know, I'm probably going to end the video. because we're going to get ready to do Ground Zero in a separate video altogether. This is also where we're going to have to leave Lev behind.
This is as far as you go. But, wait, why? Because they want to kill you. I mean, they're just worried about a backgammon rematch. What's backgammon?
It's a game.
I'm gonna go in the front door, grab the stuff, come right back. You're staying here, yeah? Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, he's going to get killed from them. I really like the relationship they form, you know? It's a really good, like how they go through all this shit together. And they form this bond together. Just like how Ellie formed, you know, Ellie and Joel. That's why to me, she's the hero. You know, she's the protagonist of this game. And the antagonist, to an extent, is realistically, it's Ellie. You know, I mean, I mean, people keep saying she's the anti-hero, but realistically, the role that she seems to play is of the hero. Because she makes the most personal growth in this title. If anything, it just seems like Ellie opens up the game for you, but the game story seems to follow mainly around what goes on in Abby. So, you know, what goes on in her life personally. And she makes the most, like I said, personal growth throughout the course of the game. Even more than Ellie, like a lot more. I'm gonna try to gather what we can before I end this video, but I don't think there's anything you could really loot. I doubt it. Yeah. But personally, I think it's a good idea to probably save the game. So I'm gonna make a save. I have shitloads of these. The escape, that's another place that's good to save, probably. I don't like that they're not in a similar spot. The icons are always the same, even though it's not indeed the same part. Some chapters have multiple parts of no return, and it's probably a good idea to get an idea of what part you're in order to know where to save. It's a New Game Plus. I should have played the New Game Plus, actually. I had to find a good slot. I'm just gonna save, I guess. I also don't like that they're out of order. Why did they go out of order? Why doesn't Seattle, I mean, manual save 1 just be on the top? It's this first save you made. Instead, they do it like whatever manual save you made in the order of which you made it gets overwritten, and therefore everything is all over the fucking place. Manual save 12 is down here, 13's here, 14's there. Now 14's gonna move all the way up here because it was the last save I made. It's fucking stupid. Makes it confusing. Alright, I'm just gonna save over here, I think. I guess. I don't fucking know. Oh, watch. I'm gonna delete that. And now it's all the way, like, where is it? Where'd it go? I don't fucking know. It looks to me like I can't even make one. Why? New manual save. They should have stayed in order of the manual saves you made. But I'm not even up to the Descent anymore. What are they talking about? See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not in the Descent. I passed the Descent. Because as soon as we get up here, this is basically the beginning of Ground Zero, not the Descent.
Got someone in the water. Trespasser.
I'm a wolf! Don't shoot! It's me! It's Abby!
Now all of a sudden
Abby?
it'll be Ground Zero.
It's Abby. Shit. She alone? Open the gate.
Fucking weird. I would try to get as much supplies as you possibly fucking can.
Hey guys,
Jesus, you swim here?
the boat got fucked. I need to grab some medical supplies. Can you do anything for Isaac?
That's like being for real.
Assets to Isaac. Does he need it?
I can't talk about it. It's something away from the fog.
Well, everything's getting moved out and packed up. Take a look, see if anyone's got what you need.
Hey, is Nora around? Yesterday she said she was shipping out here.
Oh, she's
Left the
around.
last transport, but she'll be back.
Okay, thanks.
We're still pretty early on in the game, but I'd say middle point wrecking is like the midpoint. Now, I think if you save now, it'll say Ground Zero. But I'm not gonna do that. What was that? Because when we go in here, it's gonna be a point of no return, so...
What you got there? Splints, tongue depressors, bedpans. Is there anything surgical? Saw some stuff like that inside a while back.
Once we go inside, though, I'm gonna end this broadcast. Because that's the point in which the descent is truly over, so... Because I want to get as much shit as I possibly can get. I don't really know if there is anything out here, but there might be. And it certainly doesn't hurt to look. You know?
Hi guys. Oh, Abby.
Scared the shit out of us.
I heard rumors.
I saw that.
Hope you're not spreading them.
No, we're not.
Good. Keep it that way.
Tuh. Oh yeah, oh god. I think these are just people we could talk to, but again, I don't know for 100%. Oh look, it's Bear.
Oh, hey Bear. They got you all the way out here?
I like the development for the characters.
There's a cool.
Bear.
Hey there, Abby.
Hey.
Again, Ellie doesn't seem to make the same personal growth though as Abby does. And just in general, the game is about Abby. But Ellie makes a lot of personal growth in the first game. Because she's basically more or less like the main character in the first game. And Joel is sort of like the secondary. I mean, yes, you take control over Joel, but it's Ellie's story, really. More or less. I don't think we're gonna get anything out here, unfortunately. That sucks. Well, apparently there's some bullets there, but... And that's what makes me question, well, is there anything in here? I don't think so. I wish there was, though. It would really fucking help. And sometimes you could just find things in the weirdest locations. If you know what I mean. Like, you would never expect to look there, but there you go, and there's something useful. Let's see, what else do we got? Like I don't know what she's doing, but looks like she's fucking sleeping. Won't do me any good. Alright.
You still clearing this place?
Yep. One floor at a time.
Still got supplies in there?
Oh, for sure. Lots of floors we still need to hit.
Ugh. Well, good luck.
And I think that brings us to the end of the descent completely 100%. I want to check back here though. No, it just leads back over there. Okay. Alright, so yeah, that's about it for the descent, guys. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoy the cutscene to finish it off with. For this, pretty much,
Abby.
it's all ground zero from here,
I'll
which I'll cover on a
I need some
different
medical
broadcast.
supplies. Can you put me on some?
Abby, just checked in with Isaac.
Yeah, I'll
Wants
be
you back at the farm.
gonna, so
Let
I'm
me
gonna
talk to
cut it
Isaac.
off
Talk to him in person.
after this
Going
cutscene.
back to the next shipment. Sorry.
What are you doing?
She's been AWOL since yesterday.
So enjoy the cutscene, guys. And with it,
Hey!
you'll now realize the point in the timeline we're at from Nora's appearance.
You're gonna dislocate your shoulder. Well, I never thought I'd see you on Isaac's bad side.
Well, he still needs her.
I talked to Manny.
I need some medical supplies.
Why? What happened to him?
Compartment syndrome. Bashed forearm.
You're not treating him, are you?
Mel. We don't have a lot of time.
Jesus. Most of these supplies have been packed and shipped already.
What?
Ground
We haven't
zero.
picked up the lower floors yet.
Do they have what I need?
They
Yeah,
might.
probably, but
That's ground zero.
it's rough down there.
First infected.
I'll be fine.
You get caught. I had nothing to do with this.
Of course.
So this happens a brief period of time before Ellie makes her way here.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Boy's lucky he's dating a doctor. All doing okay?
Fine.
She was so fucked up after Isaac talked to her.
Isaac talked to her?
After he found out you left base, Isaac interrogated all of us. He was rough on her.
Did anyone talk?
No.
The Salt Lake crew. Salt Lake City crew. So yeah,
Where are you
this
two going?
obviously
Grab Abby.
happens
Boat's ready to head out.
a little bit
Well, I still got boxes on the third floor. Can
before
you two bring them first?
Ellie makes it
Pretty
here.
full.
Come on, I don't want to be here all day.
Fine.
Thanks.
And thus there was no wrecking
They're gone.
when Ellie went down to ground zero. Because it hasn't happened yet. Well, because it already happened, I guess.
Always.
Manny's been sick about you.
You know I'm here?
I bet he will soon. So what's Owen's plan once Mel gets at Army? Hold on. All clear. What's Owen's plan once Mel gets at Armoff?
He's been talking about Santa Barbara.
He knows that's all bullshit, right? I feel so bad for Mel.
It's not though.
Yeah. Me too.
All right. These
It's
floors
not
have
bullshit,
the
though.
ICU, the trauma center, and a few surgical suites.
Sounds perfect.
There's a reason we had to put this area here.
Mm-hmm.
It was ground zero for the whole city. Where they brought the first infected before anyone knew better. It's gonna be overgrown to shit.
Awesome.
So you could tell this is the area that we were chasing Mel, and I mean Mel. We were chasing Nora during Ellie's day 2. What sucks is that coins and stuff don't show, so I don't even know.
You're confusing. I've gotten lucky before.
Good idea.
It's hard to tell where you'll find coins. I don't know. They don't show up on the scan item thing. When you scan for items, they won't show up. Yeah. I remember we were chasing her all around here. What's that say? The oncology center.
May your survival be long.
May my death be swift.
See you back at base. Soon, I hope.
Yeah.
And with that, I'd say we're done with the descent. And now we're up to ground zero. Until next time, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I also hope it was helpful. So in my next broadcast and video, I will be covering ground zero, which will also be covering the Rat King boss encounter as well. And until then, keep it gaming and keep it safe. This has been Steely Boy 89 with The Last of Us Part 2, The Descent, with Abigail and Abigail Anderson, day 2, and we'll pick this up on our day 2, ground zero, for my next broadcast. Till then, guys, thanks for watching.